Hi, I am Sanjay Patel. Today, in this lecture, we are going to introduce two very useful and important functions of mathematics, namely beta and gamma functions. It has a lot of applications in research field and other fields of science, engineering, and many other fields. These beta and gamma functions are actually special types of improper integrals or a particular type of improper integrals. So first I would like to explain what is an improper integral. Just recall that you have studied this type of symbol which we call definite integral a to b fx dx, where f is a function from closed interval a b to r, and we need that both of this a and b must be real numbers. That is first thing, and we have a less than b, and also the function fx, it is a nice function in the sense that it must be bounded and integrable, or you can say continuous. This must be a bounded function on closed interval ab. So if this is the case, then only we know how to evaluate this kind of integral. Okay, and there are different techniques for defining and evaluating the definite integral a to b fx dx, where a and b are real numbers and fx is bounded function on closed interval ab or integrable function on closed interval ab. Then such integral is called proper integral. Proper integral. Okay. If this is not satisfied, means if either say a or b, these real numbers are say infinity, a or b are plus or minus infinity, okay, or the function fx, is not bounded or has discontinuity, is discontinuous, and at some point in closed interval ab, okay, or it has say you can say singularity. The f has, or I can say f has singularity at some point in closed interval ab. So I can say the function f has singularity in closed interval ab. Means the function fx has infinite discontinuity at one or more points in the closed interval ab. Then we cannot evaluate this integral by our usual techniques, and it is in this case known as improper integral. So I will define what is improper integral systematically, so we will understand more clearly. So let us start with the definition of the improper integral, and then I will introduce two particular improper integrals, which are the main topic of our this video and the next series of lectures. So improper integrals. Let fx be a real valued function, say defined on closed interval ab. Remember, I am not saying what is a and b here. It can be real or say infinity. They can be real numbers or infinity. Okay. Then an integral a to b f of x dx is said to be an improper integral, is said to be an improper integral if either a or b or both the numbers are infinite, are infinity, or the function fx has infinite discontinuity, means the function has a singular point in closed interval AB, then has infinite discontinuity in closed interval AB. So an integral of this kind, where either a or b or both are infinity, or the function fx has some point of infinite discontinuity, means it is a singular point of the function fx, then this type of integral is called an improper integral. Okay, so function becomes unbounded or say infinite at some point, then it has singularity at that point. And this improper integral you can classify in different categories, and the first one is this. Say if in this integral a to b, let me write if in integral, in this symbol, a to b fx dx, we have a is equal to minus infinity or b is equal to plus infinity or both. Means a is in minus infinity and b is plus infinity, both. Then it is said to be, then this integral is called an improper integral, of the first kind, improper integral of the first kind. So this is our meaning of improper integral of the first kind. Now we define the second type of improper integral. Say if in the integral say a to b f of x dx, we have fx, in this integral we have the function fx, the function f of x has infinite discontinuity, that is singularity in closed interval AB at one or more points, then this integral is called an improper integral of the second kind. Improper integral of improper integral of the second kind. But remember, in this case, this a and b are some real numbers. They are not infinity. So improper integral of the second kind. Okay. In this case, we have here a and b are real numbers. So a and b are real numbers in this integral, but the function fx has some point of infinite discontinuity, or it is singular point in the closed interval ab. And if improper integral is either of the first kind and the second kind, or both, then it is called improper integral of the third type. Okay, but I am not going to write that thing. Just remember, there is a third kind of improper integral, which is a mixture of this first and second kind. Okay, some examples to understand what are these improper integrals. Let me list some integrals, like the first one. Let me write integral, say if I consider 1 to infinity 1 upon x square dx. Okay, this is also an improper integral, because you see this upper limit is say plus infinity, and function is fine, and minus infinity to 0. So the lower limit is infinity in this case, x into sin x dx, and this say both limits are infinite, minus infinity to plus infinity, say 1 upon 1 plus x square dx. These are all improper integrals of the first kind. These are all improper integrals of the first kind. And let me give you also some examples of improper integrals of the second kind. Say something like integral, say minus 1 to plus 1 upon x square dx. Okay, or I can say integral 0 to pi by 2 say sec x dx. Okay, or I can say integral, say 1 to, let us write something, say 1 to e 1 upon say x into cube root of say log x, cube root of log x to the base e. Okay, so that dx, these are all improper integrals of the second kind. Improper integrals of the second kind. You note that in this first integral here, that is minus 1 to 1 upon x square dx, the function becomes infinity and it is discontinuous at the point x equal to 0 in the closed interval minus 1 to 1. Here both the lower limit and upper limits are real numbers, but the function has infinite discontinuity at 0. So this is improper integral of the second kind. In this case, function sec x, that is 1 upon cos x, you know, and for x equal to 0, cos sec 0 is 1, but for x equal to pi by 2, sec pi by 2 is infinity. So the function has infinite discontinuity at the point pi by 2, which is the upper limit in this case. Okay, and likewise here also, say when x is equal to 1 at the lower limit of integration in this third integral, at x equal to 1, this log 1 becomes 0. So this function becomes say infinite. So it has a infinite discontinuity at the point x equal to 1, means at this lower limit of integration. Here in all these integrals, both upper limits and lower limits are real numbers, but the function has infinite discontinuity. So such integrals are called improper integrals of the second kind. Okay, there are techniques of say, finding the value of improper integrals of first and second kind, but we are not going to learn that in detail. Our main focus is to define what is beta and gamma function and understand the results and its some problems based on this beta and gamma functions. Okay, this improper integrals, its convergence and means when this type of integrals exist, that is called the integral is convergent. We'll be discussing in a separate series of lectures. Okay, so right now just our main focus is to learn what is beta and gamma functions. We are going to introduce two special or two particular type of improper integrals, namely beta and gamma function. So now I am going to define what is beta and gamma function. Let me start with our first important definition. So first I am defining the gamma function. Definition of gamma function. If n is a positive real number, if n is greater than 0, then the gamma function is denoted by the symbol this, it's an inverse L, and we write the value n here. The gamma function is denoted by this symbol and it is defined as gamma n is equal to integral 0 to infinity 0 to plus infinity x raised to n minus 1 into e raised to minus x dx. So this is our definition of gamma function. Gamma n means integral 0 to infinity x raised to n minus 1 times e raised to minus x dx. And remember, this integral, this right hand side integral exists when n is positive. So just I am mentioning here the integral exists only if n is positive. So we are that's why putting the condition that n is positive. We cannot define gamma here for negative values. So just remember this definition, and in the next lecture I am going to prove some properties of gamma functions, and in that after that we will be discussing properties of the new beta function. Let me also define here what is beta function so that you can remember both the important definitions together. So second definition is definition of beta function. Definition of beta function. If m and n are positive real numbers, okay, then if m and n are positive real numbers, then the beta function is denoted by the symbol beta into bracket m comma n, and it is defined as say beta m comma n, or let me make similar thing, is defined as beta of m comma n is equal to integral 0 to 1 x raised to m minus 1 into 1 minus x raised to n minus 1 dx. Okay, and here also this integral on the right hand side exists only if both m and n are positive. So the integral exists in this case, the integral exists if m and n both are positive. And just note that both of these integrals, what I have defined here, this gamma function and beta function, both are improper integrals. First one, gamma function, is clear that the upper limit of integration is plus infinity. So it is an improper integral of the first type. Here both the limits in beta functions are real numbers, but if here m is positive, but if m is less than 1, if m is say less than 1, means if 0 less than m less than 1, let me just write that thing. So say if we have 0 less than m less than 1, then this m minus 1 is negative. Okay, so this power of x is negative, and therefore it becomes infinity at the lower limit of integration, say 0. So the function f x has infinite discontinuity at 0. So then x raised to m minus 1 has infinite discontinuity, at 0. So that's why it is an improper integral of the second type. So these are the two special improper integrals of the first kind and second kind. So just keep in mind this. In the next lecture, I will be proving some properties of gamma functions, and then we'll discuss properties of beta functions. So till then, goodbye. Thank you.